Ooh, man, oh man, oh man. As of present, you getting nothing but Drayton, 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 and more Drayton. And this is officially off the rim.
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Cause I'm tryna ball out. Come on if you bout it. But you better keep up. I'm not slowing down. I swear they gon' see us. Ain't no way around it.
Alright, y'all already know who it is. Sorry for the late start time. I'm at the airport. They stopping anybody with more than 2 bottles of baby oil. I happen to have three. Parts of the job, man. Anyways, let's get right into that fast break. Want to give a special clap for somebody returning from injury, Isaac Onye Franklin. Uh, Previously diagnosed with a torn ACL. Staff kind of got it wrong, but he's rehabbing and he's fighting to come back. I think coming back from injury, because I was somebody who spent my whole sophomore season injured. I think that's always one of the hardest things to do in sports because you have to regain your confidence and gain confidence back in the part that you injured. So for that, clap it up for him. We're gonna get into that oh my god moment. Now this oh my god moment is a little different because it's almost kudos, if you will. And the kudos is more like a shocked kudos, like oh my god, in a good way. I want to give a special shout out to Enzo Wolf, picking up an offer from Notre Dame. I didn't see this coming, and while there's no official word, you don't bring a kid on a visit just to get his hopes up. I think he would be good for the Fighting Irish. I think he's somebody who has uber's amounts of potential oozing from him. So Enzo Wolf, oh my god.
Oh my God!
Now the shocker of the week, I could go a million different directions. I'm gonna keep it 100% basketball. Uh, I think we all seen how some of the college players are chattering. They going it back and forth. Cooper flag, red flag, American flag. It don't matter to me. Johnny Baldwin is especially on one. Demario Duval, who I've never seen pass a single time in his entire life, then gets the school abbreviation wrong. UV like the light, I guess. It's UVA, but I guess young kids don't have to actually ever get any shorthand, right? Everything's in text formation. If you know what he's talking about, you do. If you don't, you don't. For that, that's the shocker of the week.
Come on now, dog. Come
Come
on,
on,
man.
man. Ooh. Now, can we talk about repping your region? Now, now that prep is no longer in divisions and conferences, I want the players and coaches to do something that they've probably never done before out loud. Everybody does it in their head. Some people are more outlandish with it, but rep your region. I want everybody to form the best 10-man roster of players in your region. And when I say region, I don't mean like, oh, Texas, but you have 6 players from California. If your region is Texas, rep Texas. If your region is the Northeast, rep the Northeast. If your region is down south, rep down south. It's okay to rep your region. Like these rosters get built, and I think people sometimes get the allure of like programs like IMG or Oak Hill or what's the one out west? It's like Prolific Prep, right? It's something like that. None of those guys would come and even compete in SimWorld Prep anyways. But people try and form rosters like them and get lost in the sight of repping the region. You got to make sure you're bringing in talent from your area. And for some people, that was a little harder to do. But I want to see coaches and players who you think is the best possible 10-man roster from people in your region. Who are the players that you feel like are getting overlooked and underlooked in your region? And how could you form a team that would beat other regions? Now, me personally, I'm a homer. So New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, those areas, I feel like that's where the best basketball talent comes from. You're gonna have to argue with God because I'm not changing my mind. But with that, let's roll into the rebound. Now, I've always felt this way. I'm not sure if how publicly known I've let it be known, but Japhet Towns is probably one of the most one of one players in all of prep basketball. And Missouri's getting a special talent. Everybody likens him to Brandon Roy, but I think his talent is slightly different. Now, me personally, not an exact play style, but I liken him to somebody like, this is gonna sound crazy because his NBA career didn't properly pan out, but like Evan Turner. Evan Turner's like 6'6", 6'7", and is really a point guard in a small forward body. If you watch Japhet, yes, a lot of his plays are ISOs and him just creating, and it seems like running down the shot clock. But if you watch in these clips, you see that he's capable of doing everything. It just so happened he played on a team where more often than not the offensive burden was put on him. And when he's forced to go get a bucket, he's doing what he just has to. You put him on a team surrounded with high level stars like the OGs did with Cooper Flag, or how Philadelphia is always a high defensive team of people that can also score on the other end. You put him on those types of teams, you see that he has no problem finishing. He can shoot. He can create. If you needed him to be the roll man in the pick and roll, he can do that. I think that if Missouri utilizes him like that, that we can actually see somebody capable when it's time for him to enter the draft, that he'd be the number one pick in the SWBA over the Cooper Flags, over the DJ Wagners, over the names like that, because I think his talent has been not stifled because he won Player of the Year. You can't say he was stifled when he won Player of the Year, but he was put in a box. It was kind of like, hey, well, we're down, go get a bucket. All right, it's a close game, go get a bucket. All right, we're up. We got to stack the lead, go get a bucket. He was never asked to do anything more than that. In a similar way that Kevin Durant says that he can always be more than just a bucket getter, well, nobody's ever asked him to do more than that. But if you want more, you got to get it off the rim. And of course, SimWorld, the only place where you can see the game and be the game. We out. Oh,
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Cause I'm tryna ball out. Come on if you bout it. But you better keep up. I'm not slowing down.